What's going on, XRP Army? Welcome back to the channel. If you're watching the replay of this stream, go ahead and skip ahead to the 4-minute mark. I don't want to waste your time. In the meantime, I'm going to be welcoming in people into the stream, as well as getting the audio checked, making sure the video is buffered in, and letting people know how the stream is going to work. So again, if you're catching the replay, go ahead and skip ahead to the 4-minute. And if you're already coming into the stream, please let me know you are here in the chat. The chat is the lifeblood of the stream. We have a lot to cover today. Jake was right. Everything Jake said has lined up to this point. What's going on, George? I see you. But so far, Jake has been right. Everything he has predicted has happened. And we're going to cover all of that. So where is the spike? Why is the price falling? We're going to cover everything. So William, welcome. Quelly's in here. I see George. Lovely. Everyone's coming in early. I love to see it. There's a lot of pain in the market right now. But we also do have a lot of news. The Japanese reverse carry trade is underway. We are seeing it in real time. Turn it up, please. I can't really turn it up much more than I am. I'm maxing out the volume here. So you might have to turn it up on your end there. But that being said, can anyone else give me an audio check? Is it just Anthony having audio issues? We're a minute in. So again, I give it 4 minutes to check out just for these particular reasons. But on my end, the audio is showing that it's pegging all the way up to -10 decibels, which is about as high as I can make it go for you. Let's see here. Yeah, I would love to see some green like we had earlier today. If you caught yesterday's replay and yesterday's stream, all the leverage positions were wiped out. So we were predicting there was going to be some kind of spike either one way or another at some point today, and we're seeing it play out both ways. Your like says 0, and I clicked it. Your audio is good, bro. Perfect. I appreciate you. Everyone coming in. Again, if you're new to the stream, I always give it to the 4-minute mark, and then we will hop into all the information. So if you are catching the replay of the stream, go ahead and skip ahead to the 4-minute mark. But for those of you coming in and for those of you who are still watching, the way the stream will work, the way my streams always work. At the 4-minute mark, we'll get started. We'll hop into the chart. I'll pull up the chart. We'll cover the price action and what is actually happening today and what it means in the entire scheme of the macroeconomic scale. We are not here for what the price is today, tomorrow, a week from now. This channel is for the long view. It's in the channel name, right? So this channel is for the long view. We are here for what the price will be, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, not what it's saying today. That being said, we have news that came in from Japan, as well as ETF inflows, as always. And it looks like we have a lot of people in the stream today. I've seen people been jumping in there, and I see new names. I see Daniel. I see Three Brothers. I see Miss Wendy. So I see some new names. I see some old names. We got new names, King of the Jungle, Asimus. I appreciate all of you. Yes, I saw that too, Miss Wendy. So again, if you're new to the stream, you're just coming in, engage in the chat. The chat is the lifeblood of the stream. Once I get through the price action, the ETF inflows, and all the news, I will come into the chat, and then we will cover all of that. And some of you did not catch yesterday as we added a new segment of the chat which talks about other cryptocurrencies. So if there is another crypto that you are following or would like some information on or want to touch base on, you can put that in the chat, or you can also put it into the comments. I see you, Pure BC. I see you, Daniel. I see you, Wendy. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. SMS. Got it. Thanks. Appreciate that. So that being said, all right. So we are coming up on the 4-minute mark. I am going to get the show started. Please engage in the chat. I'm going to come to it after I get all the information, and we're going to cover everything. But I want to get through the information first because I do have a lot of it. So that being said, here we go. What's up, XRP Army? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, kick back, relax. I'm not going to ask you to do anything, but I will ask you to engage in the chat. The chat is the lifeblood of the stream. I go through every question, every comment as soon as we get through all the information. That being said, if it's your second time, I need you to hit subscribe, smash the like button, and engage in the chat. Chat. Chat is the lifeblood of the stream. That being said, we will hop in to the chart and see what we are dealing with today. I started with Jake Claver was right. Everything Jake Claver has predicted has lined up, and we're going to cover all of that. So that being said, we are seeing the reverse carry trade playing out in real time this week. We saw the pullback on Monday, a slight tick up yesterday, and then not a slight tick up yesterday. We saw a pullback on Monday, a slight tick up yesterday morning, and then we had this consolidation coiling period with the fact that we mentioned yesterday that all the leveraged positions were wiped out, which meant there was going to be a spike one way or another. Well, this morning it started off positively as we had the spike up, but then it cleared out down. So that's why we're seeing these massive spikes today, because all the leverage was cleared out yesterday and the day before, which is what we were talking about. That being said, we still have our $1.75 support level. That is what we are focusing on. The reason we are focused there right here, this $1.75 support level, is because this is where that $3.1 billion purchase happened a few weeks ago, as well as there was another large purchase at the $1.77 level when we had the liquidation event on October 10th. So I do believe this is where the moneymakers are set up to step in. Again, my opinion, not financial advice. And with the yen and reverse carry trade issues happening right now, we could see that pullback. Again, I do think we're positioning for a move up, but with the market the way it is right now, it's not just XRP. It is the entire crypto market is in pain right now. Everything is down. Chainlink's down 5.2%. HBAR is down 4.2%. Where's my XRP? Where'd XRP go? I had it pulled up here. I didn't change this. Oh, there's XRP. There it is, 3.7%. I mean, everything is bleeding today. It's the entire crypto market. But with that comes a lot of opportunity. And if you haven't caught this yet, this is the part of the stream. This is the community minute, if you will. If there's other crypto that you are interested in, that you want to touch on, that you want to follow moving forward as we move into 2026, I'm going to spend a minute or two just touching base on the entire market and what we're looking at. So if there is something that you're interested in, let me know and I will add it to this chart. That being said, yen to dollar, we've been following this. Why we've been following this? I haven't updated since yesterday, but we have pointed out in every single stream that Bitcoin is following the dollar to yen strength. So that being said, yesterday we were up. This morning we were up. We had a rise. Let's see what it is today. Let's refresh and see what changed. So in the last day, it's up. In the last 5 days, it's up. So this pullback, does it have to do with Bitcoin? Let's check. Bitcoin is showing the same thing. So it does have to do with Bitcoin, but it does not look like this is directly involved with the yen today. So again, still following Bitcoin. Bitcoin had the same price action here as XRP. So it is the overall market, but this one is not directly linked to the yen like it has been every day previously. So that's interesting news. Are we starting to see it finally baked in is the question. Moving on, we are going to hop into the ETF inflows. So let's take a look. And again, I appreciate all the chats, guys. Keep it going. I'm going to come to all of that as soon as we get through all the news. So one of the other things that Jake predicted was ETFs were going to create a supply shock. So far, we have had nothing but inflows. Every single day has been consecutive inflows. Even when we've had very large pullbacks, there are still more purchases of ETF shares than there are sales of ETF shares. That is inflows. It has nothing to do with the price. The ETF prices follow the price of the XRP based on how many are in each basket, how many XRP are represented by each share. So that being said, let's take a look at where we are. So yesterday, Franklin Templeton XRP and fund was at 91 million. Do we have any change after yesterday? Let's see. Franklin Templeton went to 92 million, so they still increased after yesterday. Grayscale went from 107 million. And again, they're messing their whole thing on me. They went to 108 million, so Grayscale added yesterday. Canary Capital was at 171 million. And they have moved to 174 million, so 3 million more added by Canary Capital. Bitwise, no change for Bitwise. And then 21 shares was at 121 million, or 120 million, excuse me. And they're still at 120 million. So no change for 21 shares. But we did have an increase in Franklin Templeton, Grayscale, and Canary Capital. So again, XRP still being removed from supply. Doesn't matter if the price goes down. Doesn't matter what is happening with that. These inflows are still happening and people are still buying XRP. So why isn't the price going up, right? That's what Jake said. He said XRP ETFs were going to cause a supply shock. Well, if you couple that with what we know about the exchanges, oh, I don't want to do this yet. Let me go back to myself here. If we couple that with what we know about the exchanges, we've had a 45% drop on exchanges. Let me pull it up here for you. Let me see here. I think I have it pulled up here. I really hope I have it pulled up here. Here it is. Perfect. I do have it. All right. So XRP whales move 800 million tokens off of exchanges, accumulation signal or distribution ahead. Well, I'm telling you right now, no one's moving XRP off an exchange for distribution. Okay. So 800 million XRP tokens have moved off exchanges in December 2025 as exchange balances dropped 45% in 60 days. ETF custody vaults now hold over 400 million. It's actually more than that. It's over 600 million. ETF vaults now hold over 600 million XRP regulated structures that supply outside of trading circulation. So they are supplied through OTCs and dark pools. All right. Coindays destroyed remains muted. Let's see here. Coindays destroyed remains muted. The exchange deposits collapse. The signal of accumulation rather than distribution. So when it's saying when exchange deposits collapse, it's signaling accumulation, not distribution, which makes perfect sense. So that being said, 800 million moved off exchanges in December. That's not me saying it. Okay. We have the data in front of us. So let's go back to the news. Why this week can be transformational for XRP. They were basically calling out the potential option for a crash down to $1.65 as far as the near-term support. But it's saying everything is building an uptrend. It says eyes this dip, but an uptrend is building. So we may pull back to the $1.75 level. I think that is a possibility. If not, we are positioned for a move up, and I don't think we're going to go below $1.75. This one was stating $1.73. Again, this is just for context. TradingView is not the most accurate or safest source of information. They pull stuff from everywhere. So again, but I do use it sometimes. And in the sense this time I used it just because we're talking about the support. That's it. So be careful with TradingView. Again, I put out a short today. Actually, I think I'm going to give you guys the short. I might just pull up the short and play it for you guys because it has the data in it here in a minute. But so two things. One, Japan takes aim at dollar stablecoins with SBI-backed digital yen. So they're going to be launching a digital yen, building regulated digital yen. The two companies, so SBI Holdings and Startail Group, team up to develop a fully regulated yen-denominated stablecoin for global settlement. Remember who SBI is. SBI is a Ripple partner. Keep that in mind. Where do you think this? I mean, it doesn't say this is going to XRP, but this is going on the XRPL. SBI is building this with Startail. So, I mean, they are a Ripple partner. So the two companies have signed a memorandum of understanding to co-develop a compliant tokenized yen designed for enterprise use and cross-border settlement. Okay. The transition to token economy, where all real-world assets are tokenized and tokens permeate society as a means of settlement, is now irreversible societal trend. So everything will be tokenized. Japan is saying it. This is SBI. They are a Ripple partner. This is massive news for the XRPL. And when Jake's talking about the reverse carry trade setting things off, just saying. So where's the spike? We want to know where's the spike, Jake. Ripple's Asia venture looks to make XRP a yield-bearing asset. So on top of that, SBI Digital Markets, also a unit regulated by Singapore's Monetary Authority, right? We talked about them getting full unlock by Singapore, has been appointed the institutional custodian, offering segregated custody for client assets. SBI Digital Markets, a unit regulated by Singapore Monetary Authority, also a Ripple partner, has been appointed the institutional custodian, offering segregated custody for client assets. And here, the big old Ripple thing right on the front there. SBI Asia has partnered with Doppler Finance to explore XRP-based yield products and asset tokenization, on the XRP Ledger. The collaboration aims to build institutional-grade yield infrastructure and expand the use of tokenized real-world assets. This is happening on the XRPL with Japan and Asia and Singapore. Adoption is happening in real time. If they are prepping for something with yen carry trade, Japan's leading the charge. So is Jake right? Where's our spike? We don't know, but I tell you this is exactly how I feel most days when people ask me about XRP.
Have you ever considered selling?
No, I can't. That's no.
You're down 90.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny after we're talking about being down and all the ups and downs and everything going on. Where is the spike? To tell you the truth, guys, I don't think the spike is coming this year. Not at least in the way that Jake Claver was predicting. I believe, me personally, not financial advice, we're going to be looking at seeing a massive appreciation throughout the next 2 years. I don't think we're going to see a spike. It's going to go in steps. It's going to be step up, consolidation, step up, consolidation, step. It'll be like a stair step, a ladder almost. I'm not expecting the God candle, but I would love to be wrong. And you know what? I'll give him this. Jake Claver predicted everything that's happened to this point. And I don't have it pulled up in front of me here, but the president is speaking tonight at 9 o'clock. There's an oil blockade and an oil crisis that is happening right now. Oil ships are being confiscated. Blockades are happening. I mean, this is real world macro pressure, and it also has a lot to do with the price. I don't know what the president's going to say tonight, but I'll tell you what, the pot is stirring at exactly the right time if Jake's prediction was to come true. And I'm going to leave it at that. But that is all the information I have. So I'm going to hop into the chat. You guys have been very active in the chat. I appreciate every single one of you. And again, we are here for the long view. We are here for what crypto is going to be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. If Jake is right, God willing, I hope he is. But I'm here regardless. If it crashes, I'm going to buy more. That's just me because I am here for the long haul. I am Johnny Depp in that video. I can't sell it. I would rather it go to zero than to sell too soon. That's just me, not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. That being said, let's hop into the chat. George is here. William and Bonnie is here. I'm not sure if that's William or Bonnie, but hola. Quelly is here. George says he loves getting in here early. I appreciate it, George. Anthony is here. Daniel Parker says, what's up? King of the Jungle gave me a diamond wave. Let's see here. George said, let's see some green. We had some earlier today, but the price shot down. Yeah, it spiked right up and spiked right back down. And I'm telling you, that's because they cleared out all the leverage the last few days. So I think we're going to see it move in bigger spikes over the next few days. And again, I'm predicting a potential buy the bad news situation on Friday with the rate hike. It's already priced in. And I was saying that yesterday it was already 98% priced in. So all of this is just leverage getting flushed out and played with. I wouldn't be too shocked if we drop a little bit or chop the rest of the way until Friday. SMS says, your like say zero and clicked it. Oh, so yeah, keep clicking the like button. Yeah, if it's saying zero, just keep clicking it. Let's see here. King of the Jungle 69. It's Anthony's audio that's playing. I gotcha. Okay. It was on your end. All right, Anthony, good to go. Glad you can hear. They were checking my audio. Someone couldn't hear me. Three Brothers. I'm doing good, Three Brothers. How are you today? How are you holding up? Hopefully everything's going well for you. Miss Wendy's in the house. I appreciate you. She also said Trump speaks tonight at 9 p.m. So we could have big news. Don't know what that news is going to be, but you guys know if Trump farts in the wind wrong, the stock price will plummet. And if if Trump whispers the right magical words, we could see a pump. Who knows what's going to happen tonight, but he is speaking at 9 o'clock. Anthony, do you see a 50% discount coming? I do not see a 50% discount coming. I think $1.75 is the support. And I've been saying that because the $3.1 billion purchase that happened at that level a few weeks ago, and then also a massive purchase that happened on October 10th at the $1.77 level. And I'm not the only one who's called this out. I'm calling it out because of those two purchases, but there's a lot of people who are calling that out, that specific level out, because of other different technical analysis and indicators. But I like to follow the money. That's how I form my thesis and philosophies a lot. I like to follow the money, and the money's telling me that's where it's going to be. So that's my opinion. Again, not financial advice. Hopefully that answers it for you there. If I think we're going to get a 50% discount. Or no, you were saying Friday people 50% off. Okay. Oh, you think it's gonna be 50% off on Friday? I don't think we're gonna get 50% off on Friday. 900. Okay, so now I got myself confused. For those of you who don't know, I think we have a lot of new people in the stream today. I feel like the energy is really, really good. For those of you who don't know, I had multiple strokes a few years ago, and I have a little bit of brain damage. So every once in a while, I get lost in the chat when I'm reading. So give me a second. Sometimes I have to get skipped up here. Let's see here. Lurcho82 said, yo, 916 degrees north. Friday, people are gonna get 50% off. I hope it doesn't go that low. I mean, I would love to buy more. I'm out of capital to add to my bag right now. I'm done for the moment. So if it goes lower, I unfortunately can't stack up more. But I'm dollar cost averaged in, I think, at $1.73 right now is where I'm at the moment. George Evans said, let's see here, 38 in the stream so far. It's crazy how many people are finding you. I know, George, it seems it's crazy. Like it'll either be like 15, 20 people in the stream one day and then it'll be 100 the next. But you know what? That's how YouTube is. And I appreciate every single one of you who are here. And if you're enjoying the video, please hit the like button, engage in the chat, leave a comment if you're watching the replay. If you enjoy the kind of content, engagement is the best way to spread it far and wide, and I appreciate every single one of you. William and Bonnie says, what a great opportunity to buy XRP this past weekend. Another $1.80-ish per coin. It is a great time to load up. And if you guys are here for what's going to happen a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, let me pull this up for you again. I touched base on this yesterday, but I want to pull it up real quick again, just to give you guys some context. I like to use context in pictures because pictures are worth 1,000 words. Now, the question is if I can find my right page again real quick here. There we go. So if we look at year-to-date crypto, other than ZEC and XMR and BNB, everything is bleeding. Chainlink down 57%, Algo down 73%, XRP down 25%. Avalanche down 76%, Solana down 43%, Ondo down big at 80%. So this, I look at this and this is just saying fire sale to me because we've had nothing but positive news on crypto for the last 6 months. Adoption, regulation, tokenization, everything's coming on board and prices are just falling. It makes absolutely no sense because the overall market sentiment is down and the real world still looks at these as risky assets. Okay. That being said, we know the people here who study every day, we know this is happening, but your average person in our country, I'm going to speak for the United States, but your average person in this country does not have exposure or knowledge of crypto. Remember, only 25% of our country has any access to crypto and 90% of that is in Bitcoin. Okay. So only about 1 to 2% of people in our country have any access to crypto outside of Bitcoin. So when a lot of people talk about, oh, they're not going to let this many people make this much money on XRP, there's really not a lot of us if you really think about it. I mean, there's only like 1 to 2% of us, and those of us hold, most, I would say the average wallet's, less than 1,000 XRP. So if it goes to astronomical rates, not a lot of people are getting stupid rich. It's just the truth. Now, some people will, but that's no different than what happened with Bitcoin or Ethereum when they had their first big charge. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that answers that question for you, William. Pure BC says, yes, why? LOL. I don't know what yes, why, what question you're asking there. Hawaii Rider says 3 more catalysts to take place: Epstein, Japan, and BlackRock ETF. According to Jake Claver, yes, and Japan is happening. The oil is happening. We're not going to get a BlackRock ETF this year. I don't know if the Epstein files will come out, with anything that has an impact on XRP, Bitcoin, or Tether. But a lot of his predictions are coming true. His bingo card is almost full, so to speak. 916 degrees north says on Friday, Japan will have a 25 to 50 point interest increase, meaning people will be liquidating BTC. 156, 177 is where it's at. I agree with you that Japan is going to have a 25 basis point cut. They confirmed it yesterday that it was going to happen. I don't think they're going to have a 50. If they have I will say this, if they have a 50 basis point cut, or if a hike, excuse me, not cut. If they have these are hikes. They've already confirmed a 25 basis point hike. If they have a 50 basis point hike, we will see a massive crash because no one is anticipating that. So if that happens, hopefully you have your checkbooks ready to buy more XRP, because if they do come out with a 50 basis point hike, we are going to see a crash, guaranteed. Jake said price is baked in. We'll find out. Let's see. If Bitcoin goes to 75K or lower, could XRP hit $1.50 or lower? It's absolutely possible. Anything, I mean, you have to think, since institutions are involved, so much of these prices are propped up with leverage. Okay, so if the price starts falling and they start stacking on top of each other, there's no telling how far these backstops go. Okay. So when you see these massive spikes, it's all leverage. It's all propped up on leverage. Now, a lot of people have deleveraged because of the carry trade, and that's why we're seeing the price go down, because when you remove that leverage, price goes down. So I mean, it's possible for it to fall lower than that. Honestly, I have talked about, and a lot of you are new, so let me pull this up. And this actually goes in line with Jake's theory, not in a different way though, not the way he portrayed it, but my own theory of Bitcoin crashing and why I circulated out of Bitcoin. For those of you who've been following me for a while, I pulled this up for a long time. And this is BTC, and this is going to be BTC all time. If we pull up BTC all time and look at the chart, as you can see, we started from the beginning of Bitcoin, we had a ton of volume. Since then, volume has steadily gone down while price has steadily gone up. This is the clear definition of a bubble. Okay, you can see all of this price action with almost no volume compared to what was happening over here. So if this bottom falls out, the last place we had real volume in Bitcoin was right about 20,000. So truthfully, if OBS Studio disconnected and reconnected from XRP, and hopefully the stream is okay. I don't know why it keeps going in and out on my side. It keeps saying disconnecting, reconnecting on my screen, but on this screen it's showing that it's coming through clear. So hopefully it's not lagging for you guys. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. So hopefully that answers your question about where I think Bitcoin could go. And XRP, again, I mean, it could, if it falls below $1.70, then it opens up to $1, honestly. So, I mean, I don't think there's a support below $1.75, maybe $1.64, and then it gets to $1 below that. And that would be painful, but a great buying opportunity. If Trump's talk about Epstein, Bitcoin may tank, possibly. King of the Jungle, when there's blood in the streets, it's buy time. We came up with a saying the other day, King of the Jungle, when there's blood in the street, buy the deep. Brad says 51 in chat and 10 likes. Help him out. Give a like. I appreciate all of you. Yes, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the straightforward, no fluff content for the long view, what crypto is going to build into over the next 10 years from now, and not the hype boy content, please hit the like button, engage in the chat, leave a comment. I appreciate every single one of you. That's what tells YouTube you want to see more of this content. Let's see here. George says, do you think we will struggle to decouple from Bitcoin because of the crypto basket ETFs that people are invested in? That's a very big possibility for people who are wanting to get broad exposure into crypto. We're going to see a lot of investment in that. However, the decoupling people were talking about XRP seeing from Bitcoin is going to be a supply and demand dynamic because of the ETFs. Eventually, and just because of XRP in general, we haven't talked about the supply really that much in all of this, but the supply of XRP is truthfully diminishing. Okay, over 600 million XRP lock into ETF trusts. We showed it earlier today. Let me get out the chart. We showed it earlier today that over 800 million has been removed from exchanges by whales over the last 60 days, a decrease of 45% in exchanges. All right. So there is supply disappearing, but with everything happening in the market, it's not being reflected yet. It's not going to be reflected till we really see buy pressure. It's been nothing but fear and selling in the actual spot market, while the ETFs are just accumulating OTC and in dark pools. We're selling right into it. Well, not we, not us, but a lot of people are selling right into it, unfortunately. It's a matter of time. To me, it's a matter of when, not if. And again, none of this is financial advice. So I think there will be a decoupling, and that will be due to supply and a repricing for XRP. There will need to be a repricing of some point for XRP for it to be utilized, and we need clarity in order to do that. What that repricing will look like, I don't know, but that's why I'm excited to find out. Gunpowder says NFA Velo is another I would like to add to cover, in my opinion. Velo, NFA and Velo. Okay. I'm not sure. I'll look into those. I haven't heard of NFA. I'll take a look at, I've heard of Velo. I'll take a look more at it, but I'll look into those for you, Gunpowder. Absolutely. I appreciate you. Anthony says, I feel after Friday, XRP decouples from Bitcoin and the rest of crypto. I really hope you're right. Like I said, I have never believed that we were going to have the spike that Jake Claver has, but I would love to be wrong. And if we have a decoupling on Friday and it shoots to the moon, I'll be right here celebrating. And we've actually already made a plan. For those of you who are new, I feel like we have a lot of people coming into the stream today. If someone can let me know how many people are in the stream. For those of you who are new, and I will go back and do a recap of everything if you came in late. But for those of you who are new, if Jake Claver's predictions do come true before the end of the year, we have already planned a Longview Compute celebration party on New Year's in Hawaii. So just FYI, you're all invited. If it goes to $750 or higher, we will have a party in Maui. Let's see here. Japan tomorrow. What will happen? What is Japan Friday, actually, but what is Trump's big news tomorrow? Trump's speaking tonight. Get these out of the way, and Friday may be positive. I mean, we're going to see what happens tonight with Trump. I have no clue what he's going to say, but we know the markets will react. So hopefully it's positive for XRP. I'm fingers crossed. You never know with Trump. Jabez says, hi from the Netherlands. Welcome again, Jabez. Good to see you. Big Mouth Rob says XRP veil is ... Okay. Alan Potter, the reason XRP hasn't spiked is because of who runs everything. Nothing will spike whilst they can buy OTC and through the dark pools. Yes, agreed. Well, until the dark pools and OTC runs out, and there has been diminishing amounts on exchanges. It's just, we can see the proof. We've seen the proof. My goodness, you guys are busy in this chat. Let me get caught up. I appreciate every single one of you. Again, I will do a recap after I get through all the chats. I appreciate every single one of you engaging in the chat. It is great. Let's see here. Zoro says yes. Daniel says, aha, do you think Trump will drop the clarity as soon as he has to drop the files? I mean, they've been avoiding those files like the plague. So, I mean, that's one of those things we can speculate all we want. I don't know if it has anything in there that's going to affect Bitcoin or Tether. I do believe there's something in there that affects Trump. That's why it's been what it is. Again, my opinion. Robert said, what up, bud? What's going on, Robert? Benny B says, even if it goes to zero, it will be nuclear when it all lines up. You're not wrong, my friend. I agree with you. It's plugged in now. I mean, it's being plugged into infrastructure within governments, within businesses, within banks. It's got the bank charter now. It was plugged in within the Fed with with CFTC. Like, if we were talking about this 5 years ago in 2020, what would the prices be? We talked about that. Like, the sentiment's just gone right now for whatever reason. Let's see here. Robert Newton said, we appreciate you. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate every one of you. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Engage in the chat. Leave a comment if you're watching the replay. Hawaii writer said, I had surgery years ago and they left object in on accident, going to surgery off soon. Oh my God. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I've got more metal in me than I care to count. I got pins and screws, and I got all that in my ankle. I got a device in my heart actually that closed a hole in my heart. So I'm full of stuff too, Hawaii Rider. So good luck on your surgery though. Surgery is never fun. Hopefully it's nothing that's gonna sideline you for a while. And best of luck and safe recovery. Let's see here. Q Dog says my crypto portfolio stinks. I think everyone's crypto portfolio stinks right now, unless you've been holding since pre-COVID. Kristen Anderson, why do the talking heads avoid saying XRP like the plague? That's a good point. I hope a lot of people notice that. Like very like when they start talking about crypto, they never say XRP. They'll say Ripple, but they won't say XRP. And they'll talk about Ethereum and Bitcoin. And whenever they get to something that seems like it would be talking about Ripple, they say distributive ledger technology or something like that. Like it seems like there is, and again, this is all speculation on our part, but I do agree with you. It seems like there is a concerted effort to not discuss XRP in mainstream media. Again, my opinion, not financial advice. Hawaii Rider says 186 buy time. Quelly says I'd love to buy more, but have completely run out of money. I feel your pain, Quelly. I'm there with you. Short-term disability sucks, and so does long-term disability, which is kind of where I'm heading. Three Brothers said Jake didn't want to talk about BlackRock ETF. He might get in trouble. Well, I mean, I don't know how if it's not been mentioned or filed with the SEC or anything like that, I don't know how it could potentially go live in December at this point, unless there's some string they can pull that I'm unaware of, but it hasn't even been filed with the SEC. I don't know how they could get approval and go live in 13 days during a holiday. I don't know. I don't think the BlackRock's going to happen. Again, I would love to be proved wrong. Quelly79 said, have you heard of a new token called GFI? I read something about it when searching XRP news. Hope it's decent. About $100 of it. So I'm going to tell you something, Quelly. I be careful when you research and be careful what pops up, especially when you see things saying, XRP's done this, but this is going to do this. Like a lot of times that's paid advertisement to pump meme coins. So again, do your research, but I would be leery of that. I've seen the GFI articles. Look at who's writing them and where they're coming from. A lot of times they'll attach it to popular content like XRP content because XRP is heavily searched. The XRP army is really engaged. So they'll attach it to that to try and get more eyes on it. So I have seen those articles because they were attached to XRP articles. Something to keep an eye on. Luckily, you only put 100 in there. Let's see here. SMS and every XRP account address counts as a wallet. Many people have multiple XRP addresses. My friend has 13 himself. Oh, there you go. Absolutely. Oil is not spiking. No, I did not say oil is spiking. I'm saying we have an oil crisis. We have an oil blockade. We have issues going on with Venezuela. Here, let's take a look. I am honestly leaning towards that's what Trump's going to be talking about is oil, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but let's see. Oil blockade. Trump announces complete blockade of sanctioned oil tankers to Venezuela. Right? So this is total and complete blockade of sanctioned oil tankers. So hang on, let me pull this up for you. This is what I mean. Things are heating up in regards to oil. Okay, let's see. If I just type in oil crisis today, oil crisis today, let's take a look at this. Moscow and Beijing, how energy is redrawing, oil blockade threatens anxiety. So like Trump orders naval blockade, oil is like, it's not spiking yet, but there's a lot of heat, to say the very least. That's what I meant by we have an oil crisis brewing. Let's see, 121 people in the chat, or 121 people in the stream, or 121 people chatting. Hopefully there's 121 people in the stream. Welcome to all of you. I'm still trying to work on getting through the chat. I will do a recap if you've come in late. And if you came in late, we are here for the long view of XRP. We're here for what XRP is going to be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. We're following the entire crypto space, not for what the price is today, tomorrow, or a week from now. Let's take a look here. It went down for a second, but it's back now. Bitcoin bubble. Jabez believes in the Bitcoin bubble. Hawaii Writer says Jake is right. We're going to the moon. Daniel Parker, and most of the men and women will get rich of this will be lottery statistic if they don't know what to do with it. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Daniel. The few people that would get rich if XRP were to spike, most of them would blow it and would be poor again. There's a saying I use: rich people make rich people decisions, poor people make poor people decisions. I mean, really, it comes down to the choices we make. It's a mindset. A lot of people call it luck. I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in good luck, and I don't believe in bad luck. And for those of you who know me, I've had my fair share of misfortunes handed to me. But I believe luck is when luck is when preparation meets opportunity. You get an opportunity presented to you, you still have to do something with it. So I don't believe in luck. I think that takes away from people's success to call it luck. Let's see here. Nick says until they release more every month. I still don't know where this whole thing was. I did a whole short on escrow. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's pull this up. Let me pull it up here. We're going to talk about escrow. Hopefully, I have a lot of people in the stream. I am here for no fluff, no hype, straight data, right? That's what I do. So let me get to my page here. Bear with me. I'm going to pull up a video for you guys to watch, one of mine, that discusses and explains escrow. Escrow cannot be sold to exchanges. It cannot. Escrow can only be sold, and I'll explain it right here. Let me pull up the short. Escrow, where are you at? Who really gets Ripple's XRP? Here we go. Let me pull this up for you. Take a look. Oh, it's not there. Hang on. Let me fix it. I messed it up. I fail. My fault. Here we go. Now I'll do it for you. My fault. Let's try that again. Most people have this completely wrong, so let's make sure we clear it up. Ripple controls about 35 billion XRP in escrow, but none of that is available to retail buyers. Not one single token goes directly to the public. When 1 billion XRP unlocks each month, Ripple usually relocks most of it. The small portion they do use only goes to institutions, banks, payment partners, and market makers through negotiated OTC deals. That's because Ripple uses the escrow as a liquidity reserve to seed corridors, power Ripple Prime, support G Treasury clients, and give enterprises access to settlement flows. ETFs can't buy the escrow either. They have to go buy it from the circulating supply, which is exactly what's shrinking so fast. So retail, ETFs, and whales all fight over the same limited pool, while Ripple keeps most of the unlocks locked. That's why the exchange supplies keep collapsing. Escrow isn't sell pressure, it's institutional fuel. Most people have. So there you go. That's who Ripple can sell their escrow to. They cannot dump it onto exchanges. They can do OTC deals, but they cannot dump it onto exchanges. That is myth. So there you go, Nick. Hopefully that clears that up for you. Race Fan, sorry late to the chat. Appreciate you, Race Fan. Race Fan from Florida, welcome to the channel. Oh my goodness, I scrolled and it sent me all the way to the bottom there. Holy crap. Let's see here. I'm still working on getting through the chat here. All right. Let's see. Cyclove says SHX and Velo. Lots of people want to see Velo. Okay, I will look into Velo and I'll get that added to our bubbles for us. 82 in the stream. That's amazing. Appreciate all of you. If you came in late, again, we're here for the long view, but if you came in late, I will do a recap of all the information for you as soon as I get through the stream here. I cover so what I do is I come in, I cover the price action, I cover the ETFs, I cover the news, and then I engage with everybody in the chat. And then I'll go in and do a recap once I get caught up in the chat. We'll cover all the information again. Continue engaging in the chat. We'll cover all the information again. Then we'll just have a chat party once I get done with it. Um, let's see here. Stronghold SHX is a monster. Okay, so I'll keep a look at SHX. Stronghold SHX. All right. Luth SSJ says, what's happening Friday? Came in late. Japan is going to be hiking rates on Friday. They've already announced they're going to do their quarter cut. So we'll see what happens. That's what's happening Friday. People think it's going to, a lot of people seem to think, in accordance with Jake Claver's predictions, it will spike and kick off the reverse carry trade, which would cause a spike in appreciation for XRP. So again, and we talked about just about everything Jake Claver has predicted has come to pass. ETFs are breaking records of inflows, right? The reverse carry trade is happening in real time. We do have an oil crisis on the verge of happening. We just announced Trump announced oil blockade Venezuela, and there's all kinds of pressure going on with Japan and Russia and oil. There's a lot of issues going on right now, and this is why the overall crypto market is down. Everyone's getting out of the risk on assets for this reason. This is everything that Jake Claver predicted, and he also predicted a spike to follow it. We'll see what happens. Gunpowder says, party in Maui, awesome, 15-minute flight for you. You lucky son of a gun, dude. I love the beach so much. I live in Kansas City, so I'm cold right now. I don't like the cold. I can't wait to move to the beach. That's where I'm going when XRP appreciates. I'll be somewhere warm for sure. Quelly and George say I have over 100 people turning in. This is the biggest stream in a while, actually, since the ETFs went live. So appreciate every single one of you being here with us today. Sam says, soon, spike is coming soon. I hope you guys are right. I really do. Again, but here's the point to remember. Important point. We're here for the long view. So whether there's a spike or not this week, honestly, I really do hope you guys believe this. Whether there's a spike or not this week, we're having fun. And of course, we want there to be. But it's not going to change the fundamentals of XRP. That's why we talk about the long view. It's not going to change the fundamentals of everything that's happened in the crypto market over the last 6 months. So much adoption, regulation. This is happening. So many different crypto projects are being plugged into and utilized in real infrastructure in real time, right? We have barely dipped our toes into what this is going to look like over the next 5 to 10 years. For any of you who are my age or older, remember the dot-com bubble and how much money was made on a select few winners. I think XRP is going to be one of those winners. I think Chainlink is going to be one of those winners, okay? There's many different ways to go about this. There's not going to be just one winner, but I am heavily vested in XRP because that's where my belief and passion is. So we do have a lot of people in the stream, so I want to take a minute to let you guys know what I'm about and why I'm here. We're here for the long view of crypto. I'm not here to hype you up and give you fake news and false promises. I'm here to help build, seriously, the way I believe it, I'm here to help build millionaires because that's how millionaires are made. Warren Buffett said it best. So many people, someone asked him one time, you've got so much money. It seems like you've got it all figured out. Why do more people not take your advice? Why don't you tell more people? He's like, well, I do. He's like, but the thing is everyone wants to get rich fast. I teach you how to get rich slow. And that's how money is made. It's not made in a pump and dump scheme. It's really not. More people get wrecked and lose everything than will ever make money doing that. Not financial advice, everyone, but that's who I am and why I'm here. BlackRock filed last year. They filed for an XRP ETF last year. That's news to me. Mr. Johnny says, do you think the price is already processed in for Japan interest rate? Well, I know I read in Japan that it was already, they had it priced in at 98% chance there was going to be a 25 basis point hike. And that was on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Japan came out and said, we're hiking 25% on Friday. So it's been confirmed that they're doing the 25 basis point cut or the 0.25% cut or hike, hike, not cut. Get my brain mixed up. So they've already said they're doing it. So I believe it is priced in, but the markets are still, I think what these markets are reacting to right now is the oil and Venezuela thing. I don't think this is Japan. I think Japan was yesterday and then today is oil. again, my opinion, not financial advice, because we looked at earlier in the stream, we track, and we've been tracking the yen to dollar strength and how there's been a similarity between this and Bitcoin, which I just pulled off, which is Bitcoin here. Let me put Bitcoin in the last week now. Last week, we've discussed similarities between Bitcoin and the yen. Well, the yen or the dollar to the yen is actually stronger today, which would mean that there would be a strengthening in Bitcoin. So this isn't following what happened with yen today. So which is making me think it's something else, which is why I think it's the oil issue that's going on right now. Because you can see Bitcoin was spiked up here, very much overbought, and now they have fallen all the way down to oversold territory. Same thing with XRP. So it just feels like there's not a lot of room there's not a lot of selling. Like, we keep getting these drops, but it just seems like the selling pressure has been wiped out. Again, my opinion, not financial advice. So hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. That being said, let's hop back into the chat here. So that's what I think about the carry trade, the Japanese rate hike. I do think it is priced in. I do. I think this volatility we're seeing today is because of oil. Sam says, oil, please, oil. Johnny's Giffy. Okay, what's going on, Johnny? What's going on? It won't let you super chat because I'm not monetized, Sam. I am not monetized here. I am a freebie, if that tells you anything. I'm not getting paid to tell you this. I am here for free. Monetization, I don't know when or if it'll happen. That's a different story, but I am enjoying growing the channel and hanging out with all of you, regardless of the money. So I appreciate the thought of the super chat. Maybe one day you can make it up to me later. How's that? Jabez says, have you heard of Zion Oil and Gas? I have not heard of Zion Oil and Gas. Sam says 75% of lottery winners lose it all. This would be like a lottery win. You're 100% correct, Sam. It would 100% be like a lottery win. Remember, wealth is a mindset, right? Poor people make poor people decisions. Rich people make rich people decisions. There's a reason the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It all comes down to choice and sacrifice. I mean, it may be a cold opinion, but it's fact. I'm sorry, it is. SMS agrees. Jabez says 123 people in the stream today. You guys are amazing. The stream going on an hour long and still growing. I still haven't even gotten through all of the chat. You guys are amazing. Sam says, got structure right. Who would say no to 20K a month when you aren't used to that money? Structure your XRP right and reap the rewards. There you go. Exactly. It's all structure. Three Brothers says, don't forget to press the like button, guys. Yeah, if you guys enjoy the no fluff content, hit the like button, hit subscribe. I've been doing this now for 3 months, and we have been growing with the no fluff, straightforward content. And I guess all I had to do was put Jake Claver on the thumbnail, and a lot of people are running in here today. So I appreciate every single one of you. I was doing the Jake Claver because I wanted to talk about how all of his information is hit, but we haven't gotten the spike yet, and what I think is going to happen, and how regardless if we get a spike or not, the fundamentals of XRP do not change. We're here. I am here. My channel is about the long view. What's going to happen with the crypto market, not just XRP, but the crypto market as a whole. And I follow XRP because I love XRP. But the crypto market as a whole over the next 1 year, 5 year, 10 years on down the road. Think of like a Crypto Windy or a Paul Barron. Like I want to bring the macro information to you guys and give you a different take on it as opposed to the hype boys. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Let me get caught up where I was in the stream here. Show some love to DAG and CSPR. Okay. I've heard a lot about DAG chain lately. I was concerned it may have been like one of those scam things because they were selling their mining element. Anything that comes out and is trying to sell something along with the investment, it kind of worries me a little bit. That's why I was kind of afraid of DAG, but I'll definitely look into it. Vito says, buy the dip, Florida in the house. Great content, my man. Welcome, Vito. Appreciate you. Hit the like button if you enjoy it. I appreciate every single one of you. Mr. Johnny says, a lot of what Jake says is happening, but I can't take him seriously with his insane predictions, giving people false hope. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, to expect something to go up thousands and thousands of percent in a god candle spike, like, I mean, it's like telling people, here's I'm gonna leave all these breadcrumbs for you, and each time one of these numbers hits, right, it's gonna give you a little bit of a dopamine hit. Oh, we're getting closer. Oh, we're getting closer. Another domino is falling. Here's another dopamine hit, and it just builds and builds and builds on top of itself. And it unfortunately, when they don't go to that astronomical amount, that dopamine hit falls flat, and a lot of people are depressed. And that's where we're at right now in the market. A lot of people were sold a bad bill of goods for so long with these expectations, and it's not happening, and they're out money, and they're blaming the crypto market, or crypto is a scam. And it just makes the entire market look it makes the entire market look bad. It makes us look stupid. It makes us look like a bunch of kids. And the fact that adults get wrapped up in this stuff, like I'm not talking, 18, 19, 20-year olds. I'm talking, adults, 40, 50-year olds that are out here pumping this. And here's the thing. That's the great thing about it. I'm not monetized. Okay. I'm not selling you ads. I'm not selling you hardware wallets, and I'm not selling you anything. I'm here to build a real community around real crypto. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Kelvin says all the way up. I hope it goes all the way up. Now, all of that being said, I would love to be wrong. How about I would love to be wrong. I would love to see it shoot all the way up. John says, has anyone got any ideas what Trump's announcement will be? I think Trump's announcement is going to be about what's going on with oil right now, and maybe something to do with Russia and the Ukraine. There's a lot of tension going on right now. I feel like he needs to address. Some people think it's going to have to do with the Epstein files, which would play along with Jake's theories as well, right? As far as the Epstein files. Vito says Jake's the man. He mingles with the insider. Again, I hope he's right. I can't see a world where it goes up that much overnight. And again, I would love to be proven wrong. And I will gladly eat my humble pie if XRP goes to $1,000 a share. I will gladly sit there on my stack of XRP eating my humble pie for being wrong, and will never have been more happy to be wrong. That's all I have to say about that. I know Jake C seems a bit prophecy-like, but he's in the meetings, and everything he said 18 months ago is happening. And I am agreeing with that. I am fully acknowledging that, Sam. Fully acknowledging that everything he's predicted has come to pass, with exception of the unraveling of Tether. That did not happen. Raul says, good afternoon. Let's see here. Flame says, So are you buying XRP right now? So for those of you who don't know, my bag, I am fully tapped out as far as my ability to add more XRP right now. I am not monetized on YouTube. I'm not making money from this. And I'm a disabled veteran and a stroke survivor. And I started this channel about 3 months ago because I can't work a normal job anymore, and I'm on long-term disability. So even if I wanted to monetize the channel, I couldn't, because it'd get rid of my long-term disability. But that being said, I'm just trying to share my passion and knowledge and research with you, because I can't work a normal job. I have to have something to do. I can't sit still. I just can't do it. So I'm sharing my research and thoughts and opinions on the crypto market with you guys, and trying to form a community. Let's see here. So hopefully that explains where I'm at. If I had money, though, I'd be buying right now. How about that? If I had money to buy right now, I would be buying more right now. Let's see here. I am not selling my XRP. And for those of you who are new, because we do have a lot of people in the stream. So I have been in XRP since 2019 and 2020. So I never sold any of it during 2020 or 2021. I saw it go all the way up, and I had hundreds of thousands of dollars in my wallet, and I saw it go all the way down. And I had to liquidate in 2023 because I had multiple strokes in 2022. And then my wife left me shortly after that, and I had to sell and liquidate everything to give her half and pay for the divorce. I ended up, when it was all said and done, I ended up with my car, the house, and an extra $20,000 in debt. So I had to start over. And 3 years ago, I started building again and built my bag back up. And then 6 months ago, I had to go on disability again because apparently, when I have too much stress, I get micro hemorrhages or micro brain bleeds in my head, which cause more damage. So I can't work like that anymore, unfortunately. So this is why I'm here for all of you who just came in. That's my story, a little bit about me. Let's see here. Java said, press the like button. Java says 66 likes at the moment. Let's get to 75. Let's get to 100, man. Let's get to 200 people in the stream. How many people are in the stream right now? I'm almost through the chat. Let's get up to 200 people in the stream. See if we can get there. Sam F said, did you hear about the lawsuit against Solana and prioritizing specific people from buying early? Did you cover it already? Doesn't look good, but not sure it would affect XRP, to be honest. I actually didn't hear about that about Solana, but to be honest with you, I'm not invested in Solana because I don't trust Solana. I never did from the beginning. Well, let me take that back. I did get into Solana in 2019, and then I got out of Solana in 2021. That was one of the ones I did make a little bit of money on, and I ended up losing it later. But after Solana's network started crashing and there was things going on in the background that were kind of sketchy, anytime there's sketchiness, I try to get away. Let's see here. So I don't think that would, to answer you though, I don't think that would have any impact on XRP, and I'm not really in the know on it because I don't hold Solana and it doesn't affect me. But I'll keep an eye out. I'm going to be covering more of the overall crypto news. And I do know a lot of people are involved with Solana, but if you're going to pick a layer one like that, I would say, and again, not financial advice, I would lean Ethereum over Solana. And the only reason I say that is because Ethereum has the full backing of JP Morgan. I mean, it is Wall Street's baby, and I am a firm believer in follow the money. The money will tell you where to go. Sam said, Mr. J81, what's up? I guess you guys know each other from other streams probably, huh? Mr. Johnny says, I agree with you about the long view. It's a good plan, but I will say the longer you are holding crypto, the more you have to think about securing it in the right place. 100% securing it in the right place, earning yield, asset under management, cold wallets, all of that stuff is very, very crucial. 1,000,000%. The long view is what we are all about. Let's see here. Man, you guys are blowing up the stream. I appreciate you guys. This is great. Let's see. But yeah, no, I'm all about the long view. Cold wallet storage, institutional custody. We've also discussed on my channel getting a safety deposit box and putting your keys in there so you never lose your keys as well. Or getting 2 safety deposit boxes, putting a hardware wallet, one in keys in the other. It's kind of a safer form, or not, it's kind of a less safe form of institutional custody, but another option for you so you don't lose it or have it get stolen from you. Fishing Man says, are your streams 12:30 Central daily? I watch your replays but miss your lives. Keep up the great work. So I stream Monday through Friday at noon. Today I did 12:30 because I had an appointment at 11 a.m. and I didn't want to rush it and be late. But I stream Monday through Friday at noon every single day Central Time. And then I put together a weekly roundup video covering all the news on Saturdays. I put that out Saturday night at 7 p.m. And then I also do shorts to give you guys information and updates throughout the day. My shorts are a little uppity. They're a little bit more hypey, but they have to be for the short feed. Hopefully you guys understand that. But my long view videos are very straightforward and very educational and explanational, very source fact. And then my live streams, I start out with information, news, ETFs, and then we get into the chat and you guys are gonna get more of my personality and community. I try to give you a full scope of entertainment to cover everything you guys may need or want in regards to XRP and in the near future, all of crypto. So hopefully that answers your question, Fishing Man. Let's see, Andrea Allen. The market will move when everyone least expects it. That's how it always works. It's called FOMO, right? It'll get to rock bottom. Everyone gives up on it, and then it'll spike, and everyone's going, "What happened?" And we'll know it's from what happened yesterday, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, that causes those increases later on down the road. Race Fan says investing takes patience. I started buying silver several years ago at $8 an ounce. That's wonderful. I hope so. And honestly, not only that, but education, right? We're not taught this in schools. All of you can agree. We're not taught investing. We're not taught delayed gratification. We are not there. Wealth building is not taught in school. And remember that for your children. Lead by example, but also teach them the value of money and the value of delayed gratification. That's where we're failing as a country, because they don't want us. I mean, think about it. They would rather us spending. They don't want us saving. They don't want us making money and getting rich. They'd rather us be spending because it drives the economy. Let's see here. Again, not financial advice, my opinion. 2D says, still have 14 days. You should check your confidence until your prediction of flamethrowers comes true. My confidence is unshaked. My theory and thesis has never changed. And anyone in here will tell you the same thing. I'm here for the long view. I would love to be proven wrong, but I was actually, this stream, you might have missed the whole grand scheme of it. But I was actually supporting Jake, backing him up, saying that all of his predictions have come true and that I would love to be proven wrong. So I hope you got the full story. Watch the replay of the stream and catch back up. Let's take a look here. Andrea, former veteran here. Thank you for your service, bro. Thank you as well, Andrea. Is it Andrea Allen? No, Andre Allen, not Andrea. Andre. Thank you, Andre. I appreciate it. I hope I got that right. But yes, I am a veteran as well, disabled veteran, working on my 100% disability claim as well. Have that in the books, or that in the works. Cynthia says, where were you deployed and what branch? Thank you for your service. I was in the Air Force, and I'll be truthful, I was never deployed. I was scheduled to deploy. I was supposed to go to Djibouti, Africa, and 2 weeks before I was supposed to deploy, I injured my ankle in physical training. I detached 2 ligaments in my ankle and had to have a reconstructive surgery done, and then so I never deployed. And then once that was healed, I couldn't run again, so they medically discharged me. So I was in for 6 years. I had just signed, when I got hurt, I had just signed my re-enlistment. I was about to get a promotion and everything else, but I couldn't run anymore. I couldn't deploy anymore, so they didn't need me. Let's see here. Longview Entertainment LLC, monetize it, bro. I'm actually working on my LLC. I was debating if I should keep it Longview Compute or change it to Longview Crypto. But I am working on an LLC. Don't worry, I know those tax rules too, but again, I'm on short-term disability, transitioning to long-term disability, as well as my VA claim, and as well as Social Security disability stuff, all happening right now. So monetizing a channel and muddying those waters is not the smartest decision for me, right? To me, I'd rather build the community, and it's always something I could do later. I could always turn it on later if I want to. But I mean, again, I'm building from strength right now, not from weakness. And I like to keep it that way with you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. But Longview Entertainment is another good one, because I could throw Longview Compute into that. Longview, like I can create other Longview spinoffs. That's actually a really, really good idea, Tony. I'm going to give that some consideration about creating maybe like a larger LLC first, and dropping everything into it. Cover a bigger take or a bigger scale of it. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Interesting takes. Patience. I started buying after several years ago, $8. Oh, that's right. You start buying. So I answered that. I just missed the first part of it. Let's see here. There it is. Okay, I just answered Tony's comment. Yeah, because you guys are keeping the chat going. It keeps skipping ahead on me. I keep having to go back and find out where it was. Anyone else feeling clavish AF? Clavish. I don't know what clavish is. Let's see here. Hi, brother. Mr. Johnny says, hi, brother. You seem like a really genuine, nice guy. I'd follow you just for your story from Ireland. Welcome, Johnny from Ireland. I appreciate it. Well, hopefully you stay for the entertainment. But yeah, I'm a normal dude. I'm a normal dude. I served in the military. I'm 41. I'm a single dad. I've worked my whole life until about 6 months ago, and they tell me I can't work anymore. So I'm trying to do something else. Sam says, bro, you're going to be able to laugh at that divorce soon. XRP will moon, and she will see you in the Porsche 992 and Lambo as the daily driver. You know, how do I put this? She doesn't watch this. I'm worried about it, but I mean, there was good and bad in the marriage. Obviously, no one gets married expecting to get divorced, but it was a toxic marriage. It was not good for me or for her. I'm not going to blame anyone. If I'm going to blame anyone, I'll blame myself. I should have left, or I should have ended it sooner and not let it go for as long as it did. But that being said, it was one of the best checks I ever wrote in my entire life. And that's saying something because it was a big check. Let's see here. William says, thank you for your service, both in the military and in this group. I appreciate it. Steven says, I love your channel and info and story for your past. You guys, this has got to be easily the biggest stream. I don't know how many people are in the stream now, if it's wound down, because I'm still going through the chat and how many people are in here, but I appreciate every single one of you. It's been a great stream. And again, I still need to do the recap. You guys haven't even let me get to the recap yet. 75 likes. Let's go. 111. Johnny says, God bless you, man. You're a great example for staying strong and positive through the storm. Thank you for sharing. Of course. Yeah. I mean, hey man, life doesn't stop. You know, reality changes. We have to adapt. The most successful people in this world are the ones who adapt. Because your plan's never going to go exactly right. The world's never going to be fair. You got to play the hand you're dealt and do the best you can. No one's coming to save us. You know, you got to do what you do and make the best of it. So yeah, I'm here for y'all. If you guys want to hear my story, I'll do that too. That's cool. Mr. Red Light says, what's your realistic price target for 2030? So for those of you who are new, my thoughts on XRP and the way I view these, it's really hard to put a value on it because it is a technology that is designed to transport value. So we've never had to evaluate or value a technology like that in this sense. It's not a stock, it's not a commodity. Its value is going to be determined by supply and demand and the value that is on the ledger. So the price it could get to in 2030 is going to be determined by its use case and what role it fills and how much value is on the ledger. Now, we've already been told to expect a 10 to 20x in cryptocurrency over the next 5 years, as well as we've already been told they are tokenizing the stock market. Tokenization is happening. Everything that is a real world asset is going to be tokenized. That is a fact. That is not a myth. That is confirmed to happen. So over the next 5 years, and this is not hopium and this is not me being a hype boy. I do believe a triple to 4-digit XRP is entirely possible based on what role it fills and how much value is on the XRPL. And that is why I invest in XRP, for the potential possibility return of investment. And that's why me personally, not financial advice, I would rather hold it to zero than sell too early. I would be able to live with myself. I would be able to live with myself if it went to zero. I would not be able to live with myself if I sold too early and it did what I thought it could do. That's the conviction I have in XRP. Again, not financial advice. So hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Red Lights. RC0715 says, new to crypto, literally dreamt about it a month ago. I was able to get XRP and am now in the top 5%. Am I too late for life-changing results? I don't think you're too late for life-changing results in the crypto space at all, RC, because I truly believe this is the beginning. We are here for what is going to happen in crypto a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. We don't even have regulation. We don't even have clarity yet. It hasn't even started everybody. This is the beginning. Again, think down the road. Think Amazon 25 years ago. Think Google 25 years ago. Think Microsoft 25 years ago, right? These internet technology companies from the dot-com bubble and what they are today. It takes time. This is the beginning. My feed is very broken and patchy. It jacked up in the middle of it. I'm sorry. I don't know why it did that. Hopefully it got better now. Jason said, what cold wallet do you use? I use Ledger and I use Trezor. And I also am researching EliPal right now. That's what I currently use. Sam, 110 people in the stream as of this message. You guys have been amazing. It's been a great stream. Jason says Tangent is good. Let's see here. First time viewer. I see the Chiefs chair. My guy from Northeast Kansas myself. Hey, there you go, man. I am just outside Kansas City, out towards the Blue Springs area. Welcome, my KC friend, Marquis. Jason says, thank you. You're very welcome, Jason. I appreciate it. Sam says, Tangent uses fingerprint. Yeah, I am all about anything biometric. Biometric is awesome. Mr. Johnny says, yeah, I agree with Sam. Tangent is one of the best cold wallets. Again, I haven't used it yet, but I mean, it sounds like it is doing really well. The research has been good on it. I just haven't had to pick one up yet. I am, again, looking at some new stuff now that I might be able to talk to you guys about later in the future. Let's see here. RC0715 sounds like a bot. Okay. I'm probably the oldest individual in this chat. I turned 57 this week. Happy birthday, race fan. Happy birthday. I'm 41. I'll be 42 next year. Quelly79 said, hopefully all this XRP stuff doesn't cause you too much stress for your health. I am not stressed about XRP at all. Honestly, it goes up, it goes down. It does not impact my stress level because I am here for the long haul. There is no emotion or stress involved in it for me, really, truthfully. And for someone like me who deals with stress and all that stuff, that's saying something right there. Race fan said, thank you for your service. I appreciate you. Mr. Giants, I'm 45, probably the second oldest. Oh, you guys are both older than me. Carnivore said, spike isn't instant in oil. Who knows in the coming day? Yeah, there's oil. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, there's something going on with this oil blockade is definitely something to think about for sure. Quelly79 said, Djibouti is the African country my kids always remember first because it sounds funny to them. Djibouti is hilarious. Unfortunately, I say that, but one of the guys I do know, I mean, it was his own fault because he did what he wasn't supposed to. One of the guys I do know from my base came back and actually got put in jail because he cheated on his wife while he was over there and contracted AIDS and then didn't tell anyone and gave his wife AIDS, and they ended up putting him in jail for that. It was a big what to do. It was sad. There was a big AIDS outbreak in Djibouti when I was in the military. Smiley says XRP is trash. You are entitled to your opinion, Smiley, but we are here for the long view and for crypto as a whole, so you are still welcome. The only thing I ask is to keep it clean and be nice. We respect different opinions here, though. Mr. Johnny, 42 million inflows so far today. And yeah, exactly. So how can the price go down? How can the price go down and we still have inflows? Because more people are buying ETF shares than are selling ETF shares. The price of the ETF is determined by XRP. It follows XRP. Let's see here. Fisherman, definitely add crypto to your name. Longview Crypto sounds great. Then get some branding going for yourself. In time, my friend, I am working on all of it. I would love to talk to, one of these days, I'd love to talk to you guys about it. That's not in a public forum where I have ideas and I appreciate all of you. I do. I'm here for the long haul. I'm not going anywhere. I plan on being here on YouTube for the next 1, 5, 10 years as well. I don't plan on going anywhere. I appreciate you though, Fisherman. I'm so glad you guys are behind the channel. It's been a great stream. Raul said 110 people so far. So many forecasts by Jake C and many other this year that never happened. any comment on that, why so many AI videos selling XRP? Well, here's my theory on why so many AI videos are selling XRP. Because people watch them. So many people are making AI hype videos because people watch them. And it's bad. It's bad for the industry. It really is. I hope you guys watch my shorts. I try to stand out. I still have to keep it up and fun and relevant for the short stream. It's a different type of media content. But I try to do everything based on an article. I try to put the article in the description for you guys. Whenever I do the streams, it's based on fact, it's based on article. And then when I get into the actual stream, I tell you guys it's my opinion and speculation. Nothing about this channel is hype. And I believe that the AI bots are selling that because people watch it. Here's the thing. YouTube's not going to pump it out into the algorithm if people aren't watching it. So that's why it's being done. And it's getting clicks. That's why. It's not, I guarantee XRP is not paying AI to do that. People are trying to make money off of it. My opinion, not financial advice. Harik. Thank you for your effort. Amazing information. What is your advice to people who are doing atypical work, such as yourself? I mean, everything depends on the situation, but I mean, everyone says this to everyone. You have to do something that you enjoy and something that you like. It cannot be a chore to get up and do it every day, especially for me in my situation as it is, when my head does get worn out so easily and so fast now. You know, my good days, I have about 4 to 6 hours of what I call like good brain energy. And then my bad days is about 2 to 3 hours before I start running out and getting brain fog and migraines. I have constant headaches, all those things. So you have to do what you love. It cannot feel like a chore to you. You have to be excited to do it, especially me. Right now, when I do have a couple good hours, I want it to be something I love doing. And then when you love doing it, it's never really work. And you can put hours and hours and hours and hours into it and build something that you love. And you go a lot further that way. And I know that's easier said than done. And it's the same advice everyone else gives, is to not go after the money, to build on your passion. It took me, 38 years and a couple strokes to really figure that out. But I did learn the lesson, and here I am today. So that's the best advice I would give is, try to adapt as best you can, and go, it gets better. Go after what you enjoy, go after what you love. Really. I mean, it's speaking from someone who has literally lost everything except for my daughter. It's the only thing I got left. Everything else has been started over twice. So yeah, it's something, but that would be the advice I could give. I could best give is, it's going to be okay, and do what you love. You have to adapt and move on. I mean, yeah, there's things that are hard that we have to deal with. And it's harder for some people than others, and you got to take your time, as best you can, but there's people out there who can help. There really are. So hopefully that helps. We got a little serious there. Let's take a look here. I think we're almost to the bottom of this chat. Yeah, we are almost to the bottom of this chat. Let's see. Adine. Oh, I just answered that. XYZ. Jesus will save us. Okay, I hope so. Sam F. checking out. Dude, take it easy, Sam. I appreciate you. You were with us the whole time, man. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys on the next stream. William Figueroa. I will never ask you the size of your bag, but at what price will you pop that bubbly? For me, oh gosh, what price will I pop the bubbly? I will pop the bubbly when it gets to $25. And the reason I say I will pop the bubbly when it gets to $25 is because that means the first person I brought in XRP is a millionaire. That means, so I'll pop the bubbly when it hits $25 because that means I made someone a millionaire. That's how I feel about it. So that's when I'll pop my bubbly. $25 when XRP hits $25. Let's see here. any other cryptos that are a threat to XRP? I can say this positively. I really don't think so, Harik. And the reason I say that right now is because no other crypto has the adoption and backing and partnerships that XRP has right now. Name one, please. Ethereum, maybe? If Ethereum has a layer 2, it could potentially threaten, but they do different things. XRP and Ethereum are too different. Bitcoin isn't a threat. It's too different. I don't think there's really anything on the level of challenging what XRP does right now that have anything remotely close to the level of partnerships, adoptions, and backing that it has. Again, my opinion, not financial advice, but that's what I believe about it, honestly. 136 people in the stream today. Well, guys, I appreciate you. I mean, we're going to keep going. I'm not going anywhere, but I appreciate it. This is definitely by far my best performing stream to date. I am an hour and a half in and we are still going strong. So I appreciate every single one of you. Tangem is decent. Okay, so a lot of people backing the Tangem wallet. I haven't used one, but we had several people in the stream who said it was good. Crypto Roger said he just bought 5,600 more worth of XRP. Good for you, Crypto Dollar, or good for you, Roger. Dollar cost average in. JL Suckers, what's up? Is this where the XRP army hang out? It's where the XRP army is hanging out today. I'm glad you're here with us. I appreciate you. Dragonizable, my wonderful negative information guy. XRP is going nowhere no matter what. Well, we appreciate your negative opinion. Keep it classy, Dragonizable. Race fan says, it seems that there are some bots infiltrating the chat. RC and Crypto Roger guy, just my opinion. Crypto Roger's real. You know that Crypto Roger's real. You're just messing with him, though. Mr. Johnny, definitely think RC sounded like a bot. Okay. Like and subscribe your channel. Appreciate your take on good and bad of XRP, not just the hype. That's why I'm here. I'm here for the market with you guys. I'm building a crypto community that's here for the long view and the long haul of what XRP and crypto is going to be over the next 1, 10, 20 years. I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy when I got my grandkids sitting over there talking like, remember, we heard grandpa bought XRP at $2. Like, I don't know. That's what I want. That's why I would rather it. I'm okay with it. Like, well, I'm not okay with it, but I'd be more okay with it going to zero than I would be selling too early. Again, my opinion, not financial advice. Let's see. Crypto Roger, it's just funny. These XRP haters, I can already see their faces melting in the next couple months, mainly because they have, well, you know, the keyboard warriors have no face, so maybe their motherboard will melt, or they'll find something different to complain about, I'm sure. Crypto Roger says millionaire at 8. Okay, William Figueroa says love your attitude. I mean, hey, that's life is life. You know, I'll tell you what. When I had the strokes, it definitely gave me a massive perspective shift. Let me keep my place here so I don't lose it. But when I had the strokes, it definitely gave me a massive perspective shift. You know, I was 38 years old, and when it happened, I got most of the physical recovery back now. I got about 90% of my physical back. I lost some of my vision, and like a couple of these fingers are numb, and a couple of my toes are numb, and weird stuff. But physically, I got most of it back. So to everyone else, I look good. But when it first happened, I lost my whole left side and my whole left field of vision. I remember sitting in the hospital bed, and I'll be honest with you guys. I remember sitting in the hospital bed, crying like a baby, like a freaking baby, because I was so grateful to just be alive still to see my daughter grow up. That's as real as I can be with you. I was literally bawling like a baby because I was happy to get to see my daughter grow up, and I changed everything from that point. My entire attitude about life changed. Let's see here. 94 likes at the moment and still over 100 viewers, 119 at the moment. Yes, quick recap. Let me get to I'm never going to get to the end of this chat because of you guys. So let's do a quick recap for everyone who came in. This stream was about Jake Claver's theories. And it migrated into something completely different, complete XRP hangout. So quick recap for y'all. And I'm going to get back to the chat. I'm going to get all of you, I promise. So quick recap. Price is down today. We spiked earlier today, but price is down. The entire theory or thesis of this particular stream was that every single one of Jake Claver's predictions has come true. So where is the spike? We have a building oil crisis right now with the blockade on Venezuela and with us invading oil tankers and international water. There's a bunch of stuff going on. I really do think that's what Trump's going to talk about tonight. I do. So we have the blockade with Venezuela going. We have heightened tensions with Japan and the carry trade, which we've been covering. Japan is hiking on Friday. We've seen this pain in the markets, right? So Japan is hiking. I believe we are priced in now. And I think on Friday, we're going to see the price go up. I believe this drop we had today is not because of Japan and the yen carry trade. I think this is today because of the blockade on the Venezuelan oil and the building oil crisis. Okay. And then again, when we're talking about our levels with XRP, I believe our floor, our support is $1.75. I believe that's where we comfortably have support based on two major purchases. One 3 weeks ago at the $1.75 level where we had a $3.1 billion purchase, right? 180 million, I think it was like 180 million XRP was purchased at the $1.75 level. Okay. Or it was a $3.1 billion purchase at the $1.75 level. And then when the collapse happened on October 10th, we had another major purchase at the $1.77 level. So we have two major buyers sitting at those levels, which is why I believe that's our support. Now, on top of that, other people have called out the $1.75 level as a support in their technical analysis as well. So there's multiple people confirming the $1.75 level for different reasons. That being said, let's get back to the screen here. Recap, we talked about the overall crypto market has been bleeding for a year, and the excellent buying opportunities that are out there for people who are looking at the long view. Chainlink down almost 60%, HBAR down 60%. These are major players with contract partnerships. Nothing but good news for them either for the last 6 months. Okay. XRP down 25%. You want to talk about buying options? I mean, there's some room here. Avalanche down 76%, major player in tokenization. Ondo, don't forget, they have a deal with BlackRock. They're down 80%. Solana down 43%. VeChain down 80%. I mean, it is everywhere. It is not just XRP. And again, not financial advice. This to me is opportunity. We covered all of the ETFs. Again, today, no XRP left ETFs. We had another 5 million come in between, I believe it was Franklin Templeton and Canary Capital. Both brought in more XRP today, but none got rid of their XRP. We are still at inflows today, as someone reported in the chat, but we are still at inflows today. And then, as always, if you need a little pick-me-up, I'm here for you.
5%. Have you ever considered selling?
No, I can't. That's no.
You're down 95%. Have you ever considered selling?
No.
I'm not selling my XRP. I'd rather it go to zero. Let's see here. Let's take a look. So what were we doing? We were covering this. Asia's venture looks to make XRP a yield-bearing asset. This news came out today. SBI Digital Markets, a unit regulated by Singapore's Monetary Authority. Remember, Singapore Monetary Authority just gave approval for Ripple to expand last week. That's not nothing. All right, offering segregated custody for client assets. SBI Ripple Asia has partnered with Doppler Finance to explore XRP-based yield products and asset tokenization on the XRP Ledger. XRP-based on the XRP Ledger. We want things on the XRPL. That means value coming to XRP. That means real-world assets and tokenization coming to the XRPL. The collaboration aims to build institutional-grade yield infrastructure and expand the use of tokenized real-world assets. SBI Digital Markets will serve as the institutional custodian, providing segregated custody for client assets. And remember, they are partnered with Ripple. So Japan wins Ripple is basically what that is saying when you combine it with this. Japan takes aim at dollar stablecoins with SBI-backed digital yen. The yen stablecoin is expected to bypass Japan's domestic million transfer cap and support large-scale settlement flows. SmartTail Group will oversee blockchain development, including smart contracts, APIs, and compliance mechanisms. SBI Holding and StarTail Group team up to develop a fully regulated yen-denominated stablecoin for global settlement. The initiative aims to bridge traditional finance and blockchain-based payments. Who do we know likes to bridge traditional finance and blockchain-based payments? Positioning Japan to challenge dollar dominance in the 300 billion stablecoin market. XRP is at the center of this. That is not hype, that is fact. Again, so AOL reports 800 million XRP removed from exchanges. Where is the distribution going? 800 million, 1.6 billion has moved off exchanges in December 2025 as exchange balances dropped 45% in 60 days. People can ignore the supply crisis. People can ignore that XRP is legitimately disappearing because the price hasn't gone up yet. But this is fact. Not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. I'm not even doing that. This article was bogus. And then we talked about the brooding oil crisis that's happening right now with the blockade in Venezuela. So again, I don't believe we're going to have astronomical numbers. I have never been here beating the desk saying that is going to happen. I was here actually defending Jake, saying everything he predicted has come through. Now, I don't believe it's going to have the effects that he has. I don't think it's going to have the price spike that he has. We are here for the long view, 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. But regardless if there's a spike or not, it does not change what is fundamentally happening with XRP being integrated into not just our government and our system, Japan's government, Asia, Singapore, right? Africa, UK. This is not nothing. It just takes time. It's not going to be like this. So there's your recap. What is the volume adjusted price? Let me see if I have that up here. I don't know if I have that up here. I don't have that metric pulled up. I'll have to pull that up next time. Sorry about that. What did I just do? I don't want to do that. Uh-oh. How do I go back? Shit. Oh, excuse my language. It logged me out of the chat, and now I can't see the chat, so I'm trying to log back into it real quick. Give me just a moment here. I wonder if I could just go back. How do I go back and undo this? Oh no, I didn't mean to close. Oh my gosh. I lost my chat. View. I lost my chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get back to it. Where's my chat bar? Docs, lock docs. Where's my chat bar, dude? There it is. Okay. It's back. All right. Sorry about that. I've never actually accidentally canceled that out. Let's take a look here. All right. Now I have to get back to where I was in the chat. You guys are awesome. You guys have been going this entire time. I have to get caught back up. Let's see. There it is. What do you think about Epic? I don't know a ton of information about Epic yet. I will have to look into that. So I don't know a lot on that one, Miguel. It's coming. Says, hey, dude, I just got here. Can you please repeat what Jake was right about? Everything except for the BlackRock ETF and the price spiking to this point. Crypto Roger at 22 cents. He went all in. There you go. Jabez says 124 viewers and 96 likes in the streak. That is amazing, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Again, if you're finding the channel for the first time, we are here for the long view. We're here for what crypto will be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and on down the road. I stream every single Monday through Friday at noon Central Time. And we love having our XRP Army Hangouts. That's where we're at right now. I've already gone through all of the information twice and answered the stream questions. I'm still going through the stream questions right now. It's turned into an XRP Hangout. So feel free to ask your questions. And if it's something that's already been asked, if you're in the stream, you can feel free to answer for me as well. I appreciate all of you. Let's take a look here. Oh, should we expect a big dip in XRP when Japan reveals their rising rates? They've already revealed the rising rates. I truthfully believe that the pullback from the hike is already priced in. I think we're going to see an increase when it gets announced on Friday. Again, not financial advice, but I do believe that. Because I mean, XRP is buy the rumor, sell the news every step of the way. Every time we get good news, the price goes down. It would only make sense for the opposite to be true, right? I mean, no. But no, the reason I'm predicting that is because we've cleared out all the leverage, both in longs and shorts. And we've, as much as people want to, deny it, supply is being locked up. It is being removed from exchanges. It's being locked into ETF custody. We'll feel it eventually. It's a matter of if, or a matter of when, not a matter of if. Just my opinion. I so love and feel motivated when I listen to you. No hype, but just very sincere. Unlike others, you respond to all comments. Plus V or minus V, kudos. Right now, fortunately, number one, I appreciate that. Number two, right now, I'm fortunate enough to where I'm small enough to where I can answer every comment. But I love having hangouts, and in the future, when I do finally at some point unlock monetization, when I have memberships, I will have a members only live stream so I can continue this, because I know as it grows, I'm not going to be able to engage with every single comment and question. So for the people who want it, I'm going to offer that in my membership down the road. That will be something that will be included. Because I love talking to every single one of you and seeing what you have to think. You guys have great thoughts and opinions as well. And my goal here is to present the information to you so you can create your own thesis and do your own research. I don't need to tell you how to think. You guys are smart people. Dragonizable BTC will absorb all crypto next year. Only 1% of all crypto will survive, and that's not XRP. I agree with you. There will only be a handful of cryptos that survive Dragonizable, but I do not agree with you. I do believe XRP will be one of those. I do not believe Bitcoin will be one in the end. I think it will collapse eventually. America Story is new here. Joined just a few minutes ago. Welcome to you. I'm sure it's been quite a few minutes now. Crypto Roger said, I would have never known you went through so much from seeing you today. Congratulations. And I do believe you can recover that last 10%. Hey, I hope so, man. This blind spot over here stinks. I don't like it. But yeah, no, it was a lot, but it gave me a whole new perspective. And I honestly came out with a much better attitude. It was really life-changing in a good way. Let's see here. American Stories 38 had a stroke in the military is not uncommon since the COVID vax. Sadly, prayers. I did not actually get the vaccine either. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I did not trust a vaccine that was not proven. I didn't trust it. The strokes for me, unfortunately, came from high amounts of stress due to a very high stressful job and a very high stressful marriage. It was all stress induced. Fishman, Longview doesn't just relate to your crypto strategy, life too, man. Don't sweat the small stuff. I like your positive outlook. Life is good. Hey, man, I'm alive. I get to see my daughter grow up. I get to do whatever I want to do. I don't have anyone telling me what I can and can't do. It's a good life for me. Got a roof over my head. I ain't mad at it. XYZH says 30 days of ETF net inflows, still no price. Well, if people would stop selling it to the ETF inflows, we'd be all right. Yeah, 30 consecutive. That means institutions have had 30 consecutive days of buying more ETF shares than they've been selling ETF shares, regardless of what's happening with the spot price of XRP. So institutions are still buying the XRP ETFs even with the price going down. Buying it more than they're selling it, at least. Over 600 million XRP locked up in the ETFs. How would BRICS currently affect crypto? If BRICS were, so here's one way BRICS could. If one of those BRICS nations were to decide to declare XRP a currency, then it can be plugged in and used without clarity and without capital gains. That's one way they could do it. Or if they try to ping or peg a crypto to gold, that was another thing. Someone thought there was going to be a gold regulated backed currency with BRICS, because BRICS is trying to get away from the US dollar. So basically BRICS they're actually in agreement with one of the things I'm in agreement with, which is the debasement trade, which is getting away from anything that is involved with the petrodollar and hedging against the petrodollar because it is collapsing. I mean, oh God, who was it? Warren Buffett I just saw a thing on Warren Buffett the other day. He's getting into yen because he's getting into yen and out of the dollar because he fears what our government is doing to the dollar. It's crazy stuff. So BRICS could greatly affect it if the right thing was done. Not saying that will happen, but it could. Race Fan says, Crypto Rogers started DCA at 28 cents in 2020. I've been accumulating weekly ever since. That's the way to go, guys. Both you, Race Fan and Crypto Roger. Dollar cost average in. Again, not financial advice, but it's what I do. You haven't had to hodl as long as some of us. Yeah. I hodled, but I had to sell it at a loss, which was really unfortunate. But Matthew says, come on, guys, give him a like. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate the likes. I appreciate everyone in the stream, the kind words today. It's been a fantastic stream. Why is JP Morgan not supportive of XRP? I don't want to say they're not supportive of XRP, but they picked Ethereum. They've been backing Ethereum. They're going to back, they've got money in that now. So that's the one they're going to push towards because they want to get their money. Follow the money. The money tells you where to go. And that's why I said Ethereum is going to be there, whether we like it or not. I am not a huge fan of Ethereum, but there's so much money invested on it and so much being built on it. It's not going anywhere. It's already been decided. The people with the money have already made that decision. William says, running out of thumbs. Harik says, what industries are yet to adopt crypto? I still think there's a lot of room for crypto and NFTs as far as in certifications, as far as like brokerage, like when you're buying and selling things, freight, right? Tokenizing each individual item that's on a truck and being able to track it in real time, right? There's so many different things they can put on blockchain. We haven't even skimmed the surface, guys. This is the beginning. This is like saying, if you've been around long enough, right? This is like saying when AOL first came out and you're doing chat rooms and stuff. It's like, man, I wonder what industries they haven't messed with the internet yet. Right? And we were just learning how to talk to people and send an email, right? So this is the beginning of blockchain technology and how it's going to be ingrained in our world going forward. Again, not financial advice. Jabez says 133 viewers and 104 likes. You guys are amazing. I appreciate every single one of you. Crypto Roger says, I'm honestly prepared to hodl until such a time as all US-based cryptos are not taxed, which was one of the ideas of this administration. It was one of the ideas of this administration. I know he wants to do it because his family has made a lot of money in crypto. So I'm sure he would love for it to not have capital gains taxes by the time he gets out of office. Food for thought. Not saying I like the guy or what he does is ethical, but we can connect some dots, right? I mean, gotta use your head, be adaptive. We can't control the people, but we can use our brain and pay attention to what they're doing and who they are. Mr. Jai, you deserve to have much more subscribers compared to other influencers, bro. Well, at the same time, Johnny, I've been doing this during a down market over the last 3 months. XRP has been doing nothing but falling. So I'm not getting a lot of exposure. It's not a growing time in the XRP community. Now, if everything I were to start saying comes true over the next few months, then a lot of people are going to find my content and they'll grow then. But also, for you guys, if you want to help the channel grow, engagement is the best way. Liking, sharing, and commenting and chatting are the best ways to help the streams and help the videos. And the longer you watch, if you only watch for a minute and click off, it tells people the content's no good. The longer people watch, the better it says that the content is. That YouTube loves people who binge watch. So if you want to help the channel, just watch. That's all you got to do. I hope I make it entertaining for you. Mr. Johnny, 47 million of inflows today. Price is bleeding. Institutions are buying. What a shocker, right? We know better. It's a matter of when, not a matter of if. Owned by my kitty. I've been holding since early October and I'm frustrated. Can't imagine holding as long as many of you here. I will continue to hodl because I have conviction in XRP, XLM, Quant, HBAR, Flare. Okay, some good projects for sure. I'm invested in XRP, XLM, HBAR, and Flare. I do not have Quant. I have some Ondo, but I agree with a lot of your choices there. Again, not financial advice. Mr. Giant said hit the thumb. Rickaroo DW says undo the redo and was undone before the thing. What? Undo the redo that was undone before the thing. I don't know what that means, but it's all right. I wish Jake was a bit more realistic. Yeah, I mean, if he would have just had the conviction he has, but maybe, I mean, he says he believes it, but then I've heard people saying that he said he was making up the price predictions to get attention in the XRP community. I don't know, but if he truly believed it with conviction, I can't be mad at the guy if he truly believed it. Kitty said, let's see, Kitty 270 said it and forget it. Never invest any more than what you're willing to lose. Exactly. It's the same concept as gambling and playing poker. You know, I mean, you don't put the money in the pot if you're afraid to lose. I mean, that's the point. 111 likes. That's an amazing number, isn't it? We got an angel number of likes. I appreciate all of you. By far the greatest stream I've had, and it's thanks to every single one of you. I appreciate you all. William Figueroa said, I apologize if you already addressed this, but will the Epstein list have any effect on XRP or crypto as a whole? Only if it shows fraud or, you know, a bunch of stolen money or something like that going into Bitcoin. I'm not sure what people think are in these Epstein files in regards to Bitcoin, but if it shows shady activity in the crypto market, it can certainly have an impact, especially if, like, you know, Bitcoin is being propped up by fake tether, you know, things like that people are worried about. One of Jake's thoughts is why he wants the Epstein files to come out, because he thinks it's going to unwind tether. So I mean, it's possible. We don't know what's in there. We really don't. So I mean, it's very possible the Epstein files could have something to do with it. William said, thanks for being awesome. I do what I can. Everything is awesome. Let's see. JLS Goshen. A Ripple strategy position, Clarity Act going to be the key. What do you guys think? I do believe clarity is the key, because I don't think it can actually be used for its intended purpose until we have legal clarity on the asset. But we see everyone lining up. I mean, Japan's on board now. They're tokenizing everything on the XRPL, it seems. How XRP hasn't shot through the roof with that news, I don't know. But again, we're used to it. The price went down this morning. That's typical XRP. Am I right? Let's see here. What WTF happens to the crypto market? The crypto market goes first when there's bad news brewing. Risk assets always unwind first until there's a substantial amount of equity in them. Right now, it's all being played with leverage and funny monies. But as we've discussed during this pullback today, we're looking at 46 millions of inflows into XRP ETFs, even with this price happening. That means the institutions are still buying, even though the spot price is being pushed down by retail and leverage. Food for thought. Let's see here. My mouth is getting so dry. I didn't bring any water. I wasn't expecting to go for 2 hours today. You guys are awesome. America's stories. Good choice saying no to the vax and yes to XRP. Smart man. I try. I mean, I did. It's not that I'm an anti-vaxxer, but they threw it out there in 6 months untested. Like, I'm like, there's no way that they've tested this thing to do anything. I didn't trust to put it in my body. So I said no. I almost lost my job because of it too. I didn't, but at the time I almost lost my job because of it. Do you think other alts will follow shortly XRP? I only have dry powder for more XRP buy this weekend, but no more for another month to buy other alts, XLM, HBAR, Flare. If you're going to look at other alts, I mean, I'm focused on XRP, but if you're going to look at other alts, again, not financial advice, do your own research. I'm looking at tokenization, utility, and adoption. Who has partnerships? Who has real working revenue, right? Not like this AI thing where they're investing, hoping it generates revenue in the future. Who's got real use case? Tokenization, we know, is going to be a major factor. Where's that tokenization going? Is it going on Ethereum? Who's doing it? Is it Ondo? Is it HBAR? Right? So I'm really looking at HBAR because I think they're going to have a huge part of tokenization with the DTCC, and Ondo because they're involved with BlackRock in tokenization. So I do think there will be other winners. not just XRP. XRP is what I have my most weight in because I think it has the highest potential return on investment. Again, me, not financial advice. So hopefully that answers your question. Owned by my kitty. Hope prices remain low for another month so you can buy, right? William Figueroa, when will the supply for ETFs dry up? Depends on how much is available on exchanges. Right now, they're saying anywhere between probably 2 to 5 billion is left on exchanges. Also depends on what happens with the DAT reclassifications in January 15th, as well as what happens with Clarity, and we find out what Ripple may have to do with their escrow. There's a lot of things up in the air that are going to affect the supply, but we do know that ETFs have been purchasing an average of 10 million XRP per day, 100 million a week roughly. And they're expecting that to increase by 10 to 20x over the next 5 years. And they're also expecting more ETFs and index ETFs to come on board. It's only going to increase in speed. So, like mathematically, if you factored in the 100 XRP coming out of it per week, then the entire 100 billion supply would run out in March of 2028. That's with no increase in speed, velocity, or anything like that. That's the entire supply. So I think we see a real supply crisis probably at the beginning of like Q2-ish. Honestly, we start seeing the price tick up because of supply that's happening now. My opinion, not financial advice. Mr. Blueface says XRP is already deterred currency during the Ripple trial. Yeah, they were deterred during the Ripple trial. That set them back. People wouldn't, you have to remember, institutions wouldn't touch XRP during that. So, I mean, they got the rest of the crypto world got a 5-year head start on XRP during that case in 2020. We could thank the Biden administration and Gensler for that nonsense. Has XRP decoupled from Bitcoin yet? Not yet. Christopher Scott says, I got 15,648 XRP. What's the average? I don't think there's an average. I mean, I don't know what the average is. How many? We'd have to figure out how many wallets there are and divide by 100 billion. But I would say the average retail holder holds less than 1,000 XRP. To tell you the truth. Why don't people with money like JP Morgan see XRP? That's why I'm scared. JP Morgan's afraid of XRP, right? The big banks are afraid of XRP. That's why they petitioned against them getting a bank charter. That's why the SEC and the Biden administration, right? Big banks were in the pocket of Sleepy Joe. All right, look at it. Go back and look at the campaign. Go back and look at the campaign donations. You got to follow the money. So he was lobbying for the banks. The banks don't want XRP around. The banks don't want crypto around. It threatens their bottom line. And they were in Joe's pocket. Not financial advice, but you can go look at campaign contributions and stuff like that. Believe me, it makes a lot more sense. Joe was on the side of the big banks, and big banks did not want crypto. And JP Morgan is one of those big banks. There's actually a documentary on Netflix about JP Morgan and about big investors in Wall Street and how they came up and like the shady stuff that happened. Oh my God, you should go back and look at it. You want to talk about some gangsters? The OG bankers are freaking gangsters. Go watch that stuff. Seriously. What did people with money so I think they're afraid of XRP. They're standing against it, and that's why I love it. Because Ripple is building a JP Morgan rival. I hate JP Morgan. I can't stand them. Them and the Rockefellers. William, for those of us getting anxious, Psalms 46:10, be still and know that I am God. Oh, there you go. Race Fan BTC is the Yahoo of crypto. That's a bold claim, my friend Race Fan, but I like that. I might have to steal that in the future. William says 100%. I am still going through the chat. You guys are amazing. Let's see here. User, if I bought XRP at all-time high, how long you think I can get my money back? I think you'll see it here in 3 to 6 months. My opinion, not financial advice. Most people will happily pay their mortgage for 30 years, so I can't see why they can't hold for 5 years to pay off that same mortgage with a smart investment. Well, some people, not believe it or not, honestly, in the current world we live in now, Johnny, a lot of people can't even get into a house. And again, I talked about this way earlier in this stream, but money is not taught in our school system. Wealth management is not taught in our school system. You know what's taught? Instant gratification. Here, take this now, pay later. We'll take your interest. Debt-based slavery is what's taught in our school system. We're going to have to teach something else to our own kids if we want something different for them, because debt-based slavery is not the way. And that's the way our country runs. They call it capitalism. No, it's debt-based slavery, period. Anyway, sorry, that was kind of harsh, but it's the facts. Let's all long XRP. What, we going to do a GameStop short squeeze here, Jason? Squeeze them. Squeeze them. Let's see here. All right. Man, I still cannot get to the bottom of this chat. All right. Rocco says, I am new to crypto and new to XRP. I keep buying the dip. I can't help myself. I love it. Take $150 a week for my paycheck, buy a dip. Hey, man, do it. Do it for 20 years. Do it for 20 years. Research into all the things you like. Find companies you believe in and are passionate about, and you believe in what they're doing, and do that same thing for 20 years. And you will be richer than 99.9%. You'll be in, or 99.5%. You'll be in the 0.5% if you do that for 20 years. Let's see here. 134 people in the chat. All right. Mr. Johnny, I have so much conviction in XRP, and that's what it takes with all this FUD. People getting shook out. Yeah, no doubt. 1,000,000%. Soon you'll be able to fly to Dubai and buy an apartment with XRP. That would be amazing, right? Man, it's going to be a late one. Yeah, well, I never expected this to happen when I started this stream at 12:30, but I've got an appointment at 3 o'clock. I'm going to have to get off here in about 15 minutes, whether I like it or not. But you guys are amazing. Tokenization will change everything. No waiting months to buy property. So here's the thing about tokenization too that I think is really cool. We talk about Amazon a lot in this channel and make references to Amazon. But when you look at Amazon, what did they start as? They started as a book company, right? What did Ripple start as? Cross-border payments. Now we're getting in tokenization, AMM, live staking, right? It's going to build out. What Ripple will look like 20 years from now, what XRP looks like 20 years from now, it's going to have a completely different formula to it. It's going to have a new identity completely. So yeah, tokenization is certainly going to change everything. 2026 crypto will moon. City, hold on to what you got. I am a buy and die kind of guy. I ain't selling. Again, I've said it many times. I will watch my XRP go to 0 before I sell too early. Again, my opinion, not financial advice. Coincidence that the new Avatar movie titled Fire and Ash comes out Friday, along with the Epstein files and Japan interest rates. Trump is also addressing the nation tonight. Gonna get wild potentially. I'm here for it. Strap in, buckle up. There's gonna be lots of news to cover. I'm here live every Monday through Friday at noon. I'll be with you guys for all of it. So hopefully you guys are subscribing and liking the stream. Jason said, anyone like Epic Chain? I'm not familiar. SoCal Faithful said, I'm Team XRP, but what's your opinion outlook on Cardano and Sui? Also, go Niners. Hey, I have my wins. I'm not going to rub it in anyone's face. I enjoyed myself while we were winning, and I went through 30 years of misery while the Chiefs sucked beforehand. Mind you, I've been a Chiefs fan since '89, so I earned my Super Bowls. I earned my Chiefs logo behind my head there for sure, and I will rep it loud and proud. But yeah, that is a lot of stuff coming out in a week for sure. As far as Cardano goes, I'm not sold on it. It doesn't have enough public use case for me yet. I mean, really, they need to get more involved with real things. And I gotta see more involvement. My opinion, not financial advice. That's just me on Cardano. Let's see. Race fan said, Rocco Falco, great strategy. Same I views. He's referring to buying $150 a week. Dollar cost averaging into things you're passionate about. That's how you make money. Long view. Get rich slow. Most people get wrecked quick. They don't get rich quick. Why not read my comment, bro? I read your comment all the time. I always thank you for your negative interpretations. Every time. Always read your comment. Fred, you clowns keep saying the same stuff. All right, well, you're entitled to your opinion, but I don't say the same thing as everyone else. Sorry, you must have caught a part of this stream, but it's been going for 2.5 hours, so I don't blame you. How about Doge? Javier, I am not a Doge fan. Doge has no public use case, so I don't do it. Jake Claver was right. So what I say about Jake Claver was right. This has been going for over 2 hours now. I've covered the information twice. It's turned into an XRP Army hangout. But I said Jake Claver was right, and I was defending Jake in the sense that all of his predictions as far as his dominoes to fall for XRP have been true. So where is the spike? And my reference was that regardless if there's a spike or not, that the fundamentals of XRP are unchanged, because my channel, for those of you who are finding me for the first time, my channel is here for the long view of crypto. What's going to be here a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, not what the price is this week or next week. Again, not financial advice, but that is why we are here. Staking in Cali is illegal. Thoughts? I mean, hopefully that gets resolved with clarity. Again, a lot of clarity is going to be coming in here. Dragonizable, I can comment. What's your question? Yeah, Jabez will take care of it for me. He knows my thoughts and opinions most of the time. Ironic fate. Chiefs dynasty is over. They missed the playoffs 1 year, and you say the dynasty is over. I mean, so you must be one. I'm guessing it's the same concept as the people with XRP. Oh, good news, XRP price is down. LOL. You can't have a bad year. I mean, we went to the AFC Championship game 7 straight years. Went to 5 Super Bowls in 6 years. Won 3 of them. I'll take it. Let's see here. Mr. Johnny says later, bro. He's got to go. Gunpowder said ETF trackers at 50 million and rising. So again, ETFs still buying all day during this price drop. My friends don't realize these low XRP prices are actually beneficial to us because it's more that these ETFs can acquire. Well, it's not only necessarily more that ETFs can acquire, but it's more we can acquire. Truthfully, I mean, it's a buying opportunity. As far as I'm concerned, again, not financial advice. I'm not telling anyone to buy. But, I mean, when there's blood in the streets, buy the deep. Race fan is leaving the building. Take it easy, race fan. I appreciate you sticking with us for as long as you did. You actually come with solid evidence and you have the articles to back it up. I do. I actually use articles and I reference them in every stream. Yeah, you can go through and watch the replays, and we actually go through in the ETFs and look at what's actually being held in the ETFs. If you catch my shorts, I've been starting to put the links of the articles I cover in my shorts in the stream. So yeah, it is all legit for you all. Real deal, Lucille, no hype boy. Let's see here. Fishman says move out to Cali in general. Or move out of Cali in general. Let's see. I don't know about that. I live in California. I'm sticking my age bar against saucers. Excuse me. I have my crypto in 3 exchanges, Coinbase, Kraken, Uphold, but people keep pushing cold wallets, but I feel comfortable holding hard wallets, but I need to get a password for. What do you think? I mean, you're going to have a password for an exchange or a password for a warm wallet if you put it in a warm wallet. The only reason people say to not keep it on exchanges is your account login information on the exchange can get hacked just as easily as anything else can, for one. For two, you don't own the XRP if it's on the exchange. They custody it, right? So they hold the keys. You don't own that. At any point, that exchange can delist XRP and just give you the money and say, okay, we're taking this XRP now. Here's the money for it. Thank you for your service. So you don't own that XRP as long as it's sitting on it. That's why people say a cold wallet, or at the very least, some kind of warm wallet potential option. Let's see here. Again, that's what I think. I would certainly use a cold wallet. Once you find a cold wallet that works for you, and you do a test transaction, do a couple test transactions where you're only sending like a couple RLUSD. And once you see it arrive in the cold wallet a couple times, it gets less scary for you. But everyone's really worried about that first transaction because they're worried it's going to disappear. But once you do that, if you get a cold wallet that has biometrics, you can do a fingerprint. So in case you lose the keys, you can still get it with your fingerprint. There's many ways to protect yourself. And again, I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket. I would have a couple different options. But again, that's my opinion, not financial advice. But yeah, the first time you use a cold wallet, everyone's a little nervous that their crypto is going to disappear. Do a couple test runs. Send just a couple USD, make sure it shows up. Don't just send one XRP though, because it requires one XRP to start your wallet. So if you send one XRP, one of them is not going to show up. So if you send like 2 XRP, only one will show up if it's your first time setting up an XRP wallet. Just some food for thought. Again, not financial advice. Let's see here. Jabez says, this was great stream. Good job, brother. I appreciate you, Jabez. Marcus said, Chiefs. That's right, the Chiefs. And I am at the end of the chat. I have caught up to all of you. I believe that is the end of the chat. Let's see. Yeah, that is the end of the chat. I have covered it all. Man, that's a great timing. I got an appointment in 10 minutes. So I appreciate every single one of you. I will be back at noon tomorrow with more information. Hopefully we are covering a price appreciation at that point. If you watched the whole 2.5 hours of this video, man, you guys are the real ones. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. Later.